What's up, guys? Welcome back. Eyesight Broadcasting coming back to you guys again here today. We are only 4 races away from ending Season 1. Couple things to note. We just finished up the round of 8, the round of 12. Just got done with it. Welcome to the round of 8. And we have more surprises. So, of course, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell pointed their way in. Truex pointed his way in. Yeah, I'm going to skip Byron and Busch here. Chastain won his way in. Blaney won twice to get in. And then Logano and Reddick got in. Harvick eliminated, final season eliminated in the round of 12. An abysmal round of 12 for Harvick. So he's out. Kyle Busch ended up being out. Brad Keselowski ended up getting eliminated. And William Byron went into Martinsville plus 18. Pretty safe. Had an issue. There was a wreck. Chastain was in it, but he was in with a win, so it didn't matter. Gragson and a couple lap cars, and ultimately took William Byron out. Went a lap down, finished mid-30s, while Reddick, Logano, and Keselowski were all inside the top 5 at the end there. And Blaney won the race, getting a second win. Very valuable points to get into the round of 8. You're going to need them, especially when Chastain has 7 wins. That's 35 bonus points plus the few he got for finishing inside the top 10 at the end of the season, regular season. So Chastain is plus 17. Kyle Larson and Martin Truex both plus 15. Bell plus 2. That's the top 4 right now. Hamlin comes in minus 2. Blaney comes in minus 12. Logano minus 14. And Reddick minus 17. Qualifying going to be important, but one of the raciest tracks on the game. At least the first time we went to Atlanta, it sure was. We will see if that's the case again. Byron, of course you got to do that. Go out there, get the pole week after you got eliminated. There's Chastain. There's Reddick. Needs a good run. Truex, Hamlin, Larson. There's Elliott, Bell. Can't slip behind Hamlin too much. Those are probably going to be the main 2 guys. Blaney and Logano, after dominating Martinsville, lacking off a little bit here. Can't afford to do that. If William Byron manages to win today, that means nobody's going to be locked in. So, here we are coming to the green flag. William Byron wishing he was in the playoffs, coming out here to Atlanta, getting the pole. Could be competing for a championship, but not today. And not this season. Have to try again next year for William Byron. Reddick comes in 8th on the grid. Minus 17. He's got a lot of ground to gain. He's a whole 34 points behind Ross Chastain. And first lap, and he's looking for the lead. Can't do it any other way. Just win your way in. Hamlin looking underneath him. 3 wide, not quite. Reddick to the lead. And it looks like this one's going to be just as racy as it was last time. 65 laps before we determine who the heck's getting into the the championship 4. Obviously, 2 more races to follow after this one. Rockingham and Phoenix, and then Homestead. There's a trio here. 3 guys not inside the playoffs. So Busch make it 4 of them. Harvick make it 5 of them. So that's big. Those are all positions lost right now to Chastain, to Kyle Larson. There's been a driver eliminated in every stage of the playoffs this season. Is Larson going to be the first one to break that and get to the Final 4? It's been a while since he's won, but he doesn't need to win. He comes in with a decent points gap, just can't blow it. Look at all the 2x2 racing. This is Atlanta for you. Bowman missing the playoffs entirely. Elliott around a 16 exit. Byron around a 12 exit, which was the most surprising thing yet this season because Byron had 3 wins and went into Martinsville comfortable. Will Larson go out in the round of 8, or will he make it to the big race? Harvick looking to close out the last 4 races of his career with a bang. And hopefully not a wreck kind of a bang. Can Denny Hamlin break his winless streak? He's only won twice this year, but it has been a long time since Denny Hamlin has won. So can Hamlin get in victory lane, lock his way into the championship 4? If he does that, that is big. He comes in -2 to Bell. Right around that cut line, obviously not comfortable. Truex, 6 wins this year. Can he get his 7th? Elliott, again, out in the round of 16, but still, if he can get a win this season, would be nice. Buescher been very close as well. Elliott and Buescher have turned it on since their exit. Buescher didn't even make the playoffs, and Elliott, again, out in the first round. Of course, when you're eliminated, he seemed to do really well the week after. Byron has fallen off a cliff, though. Well, he's only back to about 7th here. Not too far back. Larson falling off here, back in 12th. Logano and Blaney, where are they at? Blaney and Bell here for 20th. Logano has fallen to 25th. Uncharacteristic for these guys. They don't want to leave here in a must-win. This is not good for Blaney, Bell, or Logano. And heck, even Larson's not looking fantastic. Back towards the front here, though. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott lead. This race was one of the best races as of earlier this season. May even be the best. It has been really good. That one was fantastic. Hamlin looking for the lead. Elliott and Busch right there. Reddick, Buescher, Byron. You know, big days right now for Reddick that he's having. He needs this. Comes in 8th on the grid. Truex losing some spots here on the outside. Elliott and Hamlin clear. Busch to his inside. He's going to get down, though. This is ultimately going to hurt Reddick. Logano's back to 27th now. Blaney and Bell, 19th and 21st. Larson's still 12th, but he's leading the group of cars that he's a part of. Elliott to the lead here. Busch right there. Buescher, some non-playoff guys, 4 of which are inside the top 5. So if a non-playoff guy manages to win this race, that is massive for the playoffs, because that means nobody is going to be locked in, as Busch is underneath Elliott here. You also got Bowman in this group of cars. There's 5 of them in this top 7, 8, 9 cars here that are non-playoff guys. And again, if they win, nobody's locked into the Final 4. We have not seen a non-playoff driver win a race in the playoffs yet, so... will somebody be able to do it today? Truex looking underneath Bowman, not quite going to be able to get there. Chastain still underneath Denny Hamlin. Racing again up here at the front of the field. Buescher to the lead. William Byron right there. Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. All 4 of these guys. Now 4 of the top 6 are not in the playoffs. Sorry, 5 of the top 6. Could be 5 of the top 5 if Bowman can get by Reddick. Non-playoff guys dominating this one. Buescher, Byron, Elliott, Busch, Bowman. This is the first time we've really seen Bowman compete at the front of the field this season. Trying to come on strong here. Have some momentum to end the season. Byron getting off to a small lead. Reddick all the way to 2nd. If he wins this race, this definitely throws the playoff picture for a loop, because that would lock him into the Final Four. And right now he's 8th on the grid. Last, minus 17. William Byron still out front here. Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex Jr. We got to check on Logano. Where is Logano at? Up one spot. He's 26th. I don't know what the heck is going on with Joey Logano. Blaney's 16th. These guys cannot afford to do this. Christopher Bell, 22nd. I mean, these guys cannot afford to do this. Not when your competition. Somebody in the championship four at all times, more than likely, is going to be running inside the top 5, if not leading. Right now, Reddick out front. Truex, Chastain, Hamlin. Starting to get the best of these non-playoff guys that were leading there for a little bit. You see Buescher and Elliott falling back. Bowman. Right now, Byron the only one inside the top 5, and now he's on the outside losing spots. So the playoff guys merging back to the front. It's going to be hard for Reddick to gain points on these guys when they're on his tail. So he might as well win it. Make sure he gets in. Truex, 6 wins on the year. Chastain, 7 wins on the year. Dominating season for those two. Truex now looking to the lead. Denny Hamlin going with him, bringing Kyle Busch with, and welcome Kyle Larson to the party. All 4 Hendrick cars now racing inside the top 9 in this lead pack. Only one of which is left fighting for a championship. That's Larson in the 5. Not gonna lie, Atlanta has better pack racing on this game than the super speedways do. And this isn't even the Atlanta from today. This is the old Atlanta. Obviously, 2002. Truex and Hamlin and Larson getting off to a decent lead from the rest of this pack. Logano's up to 24th. Every point matters. Bell is 19th. Blaney all the way up to 13th. So he's in this pack pretty much. So Blaney back in contention here. Logano has a long way to go. Logano probably going to need some cautions, or this is going to be a bad day for the 22 team. Chastain looking underneath Elliott here, looking for a few more spots. This group is really tight quarters, racing really close together. Larson underneath Hamlin now. Can he get all the way to the lead? Just got to get by Truex, bringing Tyler Reddick in the 45 with him. You know, this is not good for the guys below the cut, because most of these guys up here are the ones either right at the cut or above it. You look at Martin Truex, Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, all come in with a very good gap, and they're all inside the top 5 right now. You look at Denny Hamlin, comes in -2, running inside the top 5 with Bell back near, well, he's up to 15th now, but still, this cut line is going to end up having a major gap between 4th and 5th if they keep running like this. You know, Reddick is the only one, but he's not going to gain any points, you know, racing with these guys. And he can't do anything about them not falling back. He's just got to go out there and win the race. I mean, the top three in points are about to be 1, 2, 3 in the standings here, and then Hamlin's going to be out there pretty far in fourth. Blaney and Logano got to get up here. Christopher Bell got to get up here. Especially Blaney and Logano. Logano up to 21st, and that might be as far as he's going. Big gap back to 20th, which is basically this whole lead pack here. 3 wide, Reddick, Byron, and Elliott. Blaney up inside the top 10 now. Good rebound for him. He came from mid-20s up inside the top 10. I don't know if Logano's going any further than 21st. He needs to catch a hold of this top 20 group and start making some passes. You can see Bowman back to 20th. Remember, he was up front, fell back. Larson right now out front trying to get his 5th win of the year. He has the 3rd most, only behind Ross Chastain and Martin Truex. 28 laps into this 65 lapper. Pit stops is what threw this thing for a loop earlier in the race, or earlier in the season, this race. 3 wide again. Blaney and Reddick up inside this top group here of about 10 cars. Bell's coming, trying to get into it, meaning Logano will be the only one not up here. So this is a very bad day for Joey Logano. He is catching this group. It's 2.2 now is the gap between himself and 20th. And if he can catch the draft, he's in it to win it then at that point. You get the draft, you can start making passes. Lost the 10th. Not sure if he's going to be able to get there. Racing hard up here at the front. Kyle Busch, Byron, and Truex 3 wide. All it takes is one wreck to get you taken out. Blaney all the way to the top 5. He has driven his way back into contention after falling back on the start. Him and Reddick come in here below the cut by quite a bit. Denny Hamlin comes in right on the cut, and he's way outdoing Bell, so he's going to be in that 4th spot as of right now. You know, a very popular top 4 right now would be Chastain, Hamlin, Truex, and Larson. But of course, we saw last week with Byron. We saw it in the round of 16 with Elliott. You're never safe. Blaney has won 2 of the last 3 races. He won 2 of the 3 races inside the round of 12. Can he come into the round of 8 and win his way into the championship 4? He's in position to do it. Talk about coming on hot. 3 wins in 4 races. Can he do it? Looking on Truex here for 2nd. This is probably the biggest wild card race of the season. The fact that this race falls inside the round of 8. If you're lucky enough to get into the round of 8, I mean, this is virtually anybody's race. This is the best. This is the closest we're going to get to a super speedway race on this game, other than Daytona and Talladega itself. And to be honest with you, those aren't too much of a curveball. For some reason, they don't quite have the passing and racing that here at Atlanta really does. So, this is anybody's race. Truex to the lead. Chastain in 2nd. Hamlin now looking underneath Blaney for 3rd. Not quite going to get there. Contact. Hamlin almost into Blaney again. Blaney wanted to shut the door. Hamlin wanted to send it in, and they almost met in the middle. They both make it out to be fine. Could have been bad for both. Both come in here below the cut, trying to leave above. Or at least for Reddick and Blaney and Logano, trying to at least get closer to that cut. Where's Logano at? Still 21st. 1.9 behind this group of cars here. If he can get there, then it's just about passing cars at that point, because first all the way to 20th is under a blanket. Other than that small gap back there, they're under a blanket, so. Blaney looking underneath Denny Hamlin here. Blaney to the lead. Truex falling back now. Outside the top 7 or 8 here. Elliott to second. Byron and Larson have re-entered. Hendricks has re-entered this chat. Reddick's still right there also. This has been really an amazing race. Just as good as the one earlier this season. There's so much passing here. So many different leaders. William Byron now underneath Chase Elliott for second. Larson underneath Hamlin. Chastain right there. Reddick trying to get back into this picture. Falling back a little bit. Harvick entering this picture. And heck, we got Austin Cindric inside the top 10. It's been a really bad year for him, but he is here and ready to go. Truex is now outside the top 10. Back to a 12th. Logano lost a little bit of time that time on this lead group. He was getting close. He's right there. Let's go to Joey Logano for... Oh, never mind. They're racing hard up here at the front of the pack. I don't know if we can leave this. We'll leave it for... Oh, no, we're not. All right, we got pit stops. We're not leaving anything. Remember, pit stops, some of the stops this year have been crazy. Oh, and they're crazy in the back. Truex. Oh, massive wreck. Ricky Stenhouse. They all got in. At least all the playoff guys did. Except Truex got ran in the back of. He's going to have some damage from that. I imagine the caution's out. It has to be out. It has to be out. No, it's not. Caution did not come out for that. Let's go to Ricky Stenhouse and make sure no playoff drivers was involved in this, other than we know Truex has a little bit of rear end damage. Oh, Logano, I think, was in it. I was worried about that. Right here, McDowell and Keselowski and all of them come in hot. And they run... They're doing 100-mile-an-hour right there. They are not getting in quick enough. Or they're... Sorry. They're getting in way too quick. And they all pile in. McDowell and Allmendinger. Is Logano the one that hit Stenhouse? I believe he was. Yeah, and he's got damage. This race just got worse for Joey Logano. Stenhouse up and in the air. Getting clobbered. And then Haley and Briscoe come in. Yikes. I think, is Logano done? Logano has DNF'd, and that's the first DNF for a playoff driver in the playoffs. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's going to be in a must-win now the next 2 weeks. If he wasn't before, he is now. Can he do it? Is anybody else? Where's Truex? Truex is 13th. Looks like he's fine. Blaney's still out front, so let's go on to Blaney. Blaney, Hamlin, and Byron getting through this pit cycle. Those three are gone. That's big for... Matt, can Blaney do it again? Are you serious? Can Blaney do it again? If he does, that is just... Talk about coming on hot. Winning Dega 2 weeks later. Winning Martinsville. Clinching your way to the round of 8. You didn't do it once, you did it twice. A week later. Can he win at Atlanta to clinch his way to the championship 4? He is in position to do it. Him versus Hamlin. And then Byron right there. Larson. Oh my gosh. Larson is 5th. Bell is 7th. Reddick 9th. Chastain 11th. Truex 13th. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then Logano, obviously, and not good at all. Logano's going to be in a must-win situation, but this is big for Blaney, and now Denny Hamlin to the point. These three need to try and not allow Larson, Elliott, and Harvick to get there. They need to try and finish in the top 3 and gain as many points on those guys as possible. Especially I look at Blaney, comes in minus 12. Looks like Larson's going to come into this battle, and he'll try and win his way in himself, coming to 20 to go. And now we got some lap traffic here. All the playoff drivers are inside the top 13 except Logano. And Larson's trying to go to the lead here. Just going to follow Byron, and Elliott going to follow him, and this is going to be some spots lost for Blaney and Hamlin. Stuck behind LaJoie. Some lap traffic holding them up on the outside. Now Larson to the point, or Byron to the point, but Larson and Elliott and Harvick right there. Can Harvick win in his final season? Get a win here. Imagine had he got into the round of 12, or the round of 8. Could be in a position to win his way into the championship 4. Talk about how close you got to be to do it. Hamlin really struggling here to get by Michael McDowell. These 5 are starting to get away. As now Wallace is holding him up. Some rear end damage to that car. Quite a bit of rear end damage to that car, holding Byron up. Larson going by on the inside. And now Elliott leads, Harvick with him, and then Blaney. Can Blaney do it? I'm starting to wonder, can Blaney do it? Did it in real life, can he do it here? He's been quiet all season, but he has come on strong last couple weeks. You know, he was very strong in the round of 16. He got through there, really no problem. He was like top 7, top 8, top 9 in points. You know, going into the round of 12, lit it up. 2 wins in 3 races. And the very start of the round of 8 here to get into the championship 4, he's in position to try and win again. Coming to 16 to go. Can Chase Elliott or Kevin Harvick snap their winless season? Harvick in his final year. Elliott eliminated in the round of 16. Harvick the round of 12. So this is the first race Harvick is not in playoff contention. Right here. Looking underneath Elliott. Not going to have the run, though. Or maybe he will. He is. He is going to get underneath. Larson underneath Blaney. Hamlin underneath Byron. Larson looking 3 wide here. Fall to 2 wide. Harvick to the lead. 15 to go. Gotta check. Where's Chastain and Truex? They, well, alright, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Reddick, Bell, Truex, and Chastain. Larson looking underneath Harvick for the lead. Hamlin now looking for the lead, bringing Byron with him. Blaney and Elliott on the bottom. Larson and Harvick falling back on the outside. Hamlin is clear. Now it's Byron's turn. Going to be between these 6 drivers. 13 to go. 3 playoff drivers. 1 comes in pretty far above the cut. 1 comes in right at the cut. 1 comes in pretty far below the cut. And then 3 non-playoff drivers. Byron to the lead here, bringing Larson with him. So this is pretty much the craziest thing we could ask for. 3 playoff drivers in 3 different scenarios. None of them locked in. And then 3 non-playoff guys, 2 of which are looking for their first win this season. Blaney now falling back on the outside. Harvick and Elliott getting by him. Hamlin in third. Larson second. William Byron now out front and leading. 10 to go. What's gonna happen? Larson underneath Byron, pinching it. He's able to hook that bottom really well. He did the same move to Kevin Harvick. He's gonna get there. Coming up on BJ McLeod. Some lap traffic. Elliott now diving underneath Denny Hamlin. Harvick and Blaney all going with. Larson clear. Elliott clear. Harvick almost clear. Now Harvick going to try and get clear of William Byron here through turns 3 and 4. Falling back. Blaney now trying to get underneath him. Hamlin, the caboose of this train here. And they are coming up on McLeod quickly. Larson hoping to get by him, no problem. He's got a pretty decent gap over Elliott. Elliott coming quick. Larson losing time. Larson looking underneath McLeod off this corner. Going to get there. Larson by him. Elliott by him. Looks like they're all going to get by him pretty much no problem. Harvick. There goes Blaney. Hamlin. And then it'll be William Byron's turn. Elliott underneath Larson for the lead. Blaney underneath Harvick. Is this finally Elliott's opportunity, or is he going to have to wait again to get a win? He's found himself multiple times in this scenario last season, oh my gosh, all throughout this season. Next time by, be 5 to go. Elliott out front, then Blaney, then Larson, Hamlin, Harvick, Byron, and heck, BJ McLeod's going to join this battle and race these guys. Coming up on Eric Almirola, some more lap traffic. Blaney all over Elliott. Larson all over Blaney. These 3 breaking away a little bit from Hamlin, who's struggling. Byron all over him. Harvick on the outside. McLeod actually has joined this battle, and he's legit going to race these guys, it looks like. 5 to go. Blaney now underneath Elliott, bringing Larson with him. And they catch Almirola. Almirola to the bottom to block Blaney. He's going to slip up and block Elliott. Almost contact there. Blaney underneath him, getting aggressive. Larson going with him. Elliott going to get stuck behind Almirola. Hamlin, Byron, and this is going to really screw Elliott. He's going to fall to the tail end of this pack here. Four to go, coming to 3 to go. Blaney to the lead. So the 3 playoff guys are first, second, and third. Then the 3 non-playoff guys at this point. Now they catch McDowell without a hood, so he's going to be slow. Blaney held up behind him. Harvick sending it in, dive bombing Byron and Hamlin. He almost wrecked him going into that corner. All the way to third, Harvick's going to go. He wants to win in his final season. All the way to second. Here comes Harvick. And they're still stuck behind McDowell. Coming to 2 to go. Can Harvick do it? Now he's looking under Blaney. Blaney under McDowell. 3 wide. 2 to go. Elliott right behind McDowell. And now Larson and Hamlin stuck behind McDowell. So now it's Blaney, Harvick, Elliott. These 3 breaking away. Can Blaney do it again? Can he win and lock his way into the Final 4? Talk about 3 wins in the last 4 races. Be the first to win 2 in a row this year. Or can Harvick do it? Final season. Trying to get his first win. Maybe his final win. Looking under Blaney. Can Elliott do it in a down season? Eliminated in the round of 16. White flag, 1 to go. Harvick underneath Blaney. Elliott all over him. Harvick going to get clear of Blaney. Could we see 3 wide? We're going to see 3 wide down the back straightaway. Not quite. Harvick's clear. In his career, he has dominated Atlanta. And coming out of turn 4, Harvick, he's going to win for probably the final time in his career. Elliott second again. Then Blaney. And no championship driver is going to find himself locked into the final 4. Hamlin fell off of this battle. Him and Larson did. They finished 5th and 6th. So they didn't lose any spots. Reddick 8th, Bell 9th, Truex 10th, Chastain 11th. Of course, Logano DNF'd. Going to be in a must-win situation. And Kevin Harvick, for probably the final time in his career, gets to victory lane. Probably finish of the year right there. Kevin Harvick finally gets a win. Elliott, again, second this year. He's done it a lot. Blaney, Byron, Larson, Hamlin, those 6 were racing like mad the last 20-25 laps there. And the playoff standings are going to be interesting, leaving this one. All right. Nice to see Harvick get one more win before he goes. Josh Berry to drive that car next season. So we have Rockingham, Phoenix, and then the championship race at Homestead. 3 races left. So a little bit of insight. Rockingham earlier this year. Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain dominated it. Crazy stuff happened. Bubba Wallace ended up getting the win at the end. So who will get it done here at Rockingham this time? We will see. Can't wait to get the standings out to you because I can't even begin to explain because that was kind of an interesting race. So nothing crazy except Logano DNFing. Excited to see what Rockingham brings. Peace out, guys.